Titletown Talk with Ray Mouser. 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 Yeah!
Welcome back to Chillers in Appleton, our final segment of Titletown Talk tonight. And my guest, of course, number 22 fullback Aaron Ripkowski. Let's hear it for him. We'll be back to our normal time this coming Monday night following the 49ers game in San Francisco. And we'll announce that guest later on in the week. Talking about your college career before we get to the Packers, in 2012, you were a walk-on at Oklahoma. And you earned the Derek Shepard Award as the most inspirational walk-on, then got a scholarship after that season. So that made it a lot easier on everybody, didn't it, at home?
Oh, yeah, it was awesome. My parents felt like they got a raise, obviously. At the time, they were paying for my school, and being able to get 2 years taken care of was pretty nice on their pocket.
In 2014, you won the Don Key Award and named first team All-Big 12 by the league's coaches. First rushing opportunity that season, too. But tell me about the Don Key Award. What does that mean?
Yeah, it's a great honor. At Oklahoma, it's a great honor to get that award. It's given to those who I guess it's really somebody who gets in the program and keeps their nose down and follows the right direction. And there's a lot of guys who deserve that award. It's just I'm not sure how the votes go up and who votes for that, but it was a great honor to get it.
Fantastic. Got to ask you about the beard. That's a good-looking beard.
No, I appreciate it. I call it the I fear the winter because I'm from Houston and I've never been in a cold winter yet, so I'm getting ready for it.
So I take it you didn't have the beard in college?
I had a shorter beard.
Shorter beard, okay.
Yeah, sometimes I was clean shaven, and then other times I had a shorter beard.
Yeah, that was a good choice, though. It's going to be cold here in a couple of months.
Yeah.
You came to Green Bay this past spring. Talk to me about that experience, your workouts, and also were there other teams interested?
Yeah, there was a few other teams interested. I actually went on a pre-draft visit to the Broncos. But interestingly enough, I hear that Green Bay doesn't really talk or show interest to those that they normally draft. So the fact that they brought me on a pre-draft visit was pretty interesting because most of the time they don't even talk or show interest in the people that they actually want before the draft.
They put you through, what, a physical, I suppose, and a few tests to gauge, I guess, your physical ability?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things, like they do all the medical work and stuff when you first get up here, and obviously they bring you into the room with who your position coach would be, and they get you talking with them to see if you would be a good fit and see what kind of knowledge you know and how you approach professionalism.
What's your thought process on that? Obviously, you had an idea that you can go pro probably when you were a junior after you got that scholarship. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but what's your thought process when they have you in the room and you've got a future coach talking to you?
It's really just you got to relax and not really take it too serious. It's football and it's a different level, but it's always the same game that we've been playing. So you got to really approach it with confidence and show them that you have an ability to learn and take coaching.
And then on draft day, what was that like?
Being able to sit back and relax would have been awesome, but it's always a pretty stressful day, not knowing where you're going to end up and what kind of calls you're going to have to make if you don't get drafted and that such.
Were you, I guess you were out of school at that point, were you at home, were you with the family, party or something?
Yeah, we didn't have a huge party. We just had a few of the family members over, like my uncle was there, my cousins, and my immediate family.
Okay, you come to Green Bay, and you're welcomed by the coaches. Thoughts on your second trip to Green Bay after your physical and talking to your initial coach? What was it like?
It was a great honor being able to get drafted by a team like the Packers. You know, they got great history, phenomenal fans, and it's just an awesome atmosphere, and it was a great honor to come to a place like this.
Did you know much about the Packers beforehand?
I don't know much about the entirety of the history and stats and this and that. I know they won the first 2 Super Bowls, right? I know that much.
And the first one against Kansas City.
Yep. And I know they have the best fans in the world, and that's really, yeah, they do.
They really are. So you had your chances. You went to the camps, mini camps, and things like that. And as a drafted player, you know, you have an excellent opportunity of making the team, but you can't really let that process get in your way. You have to go out and perform.
Right. Of course, it's not you can get drafted and still get cut the next day. So it's
Mm-hmm.
every day's an interview. You don't show up thinking, oh, I've got it this made and this and that. You always try to find a way to get better and show them why you deserve to be here.
What was the toughest thing, or maybe the toughest hurdle from college to pros? I know we touched on that a little bit, but initially when you were in camp, anything different?
It's still the same sport, but obviously it's a little faster, and that's not the physical speed of it, but the fact that everyone takes the right angles and knows how to get there at just the right time, and the decision making is a lot quicker. So that's something you have to get acclimated to when you first get here.
Well, the Packers play at San Francisco against the 49ers. The 49ers win their first game over Minnesota at home 20-3 and then get bombed at Pittsburgh and yesterday at Arizona. This is a team, I guess, in turmoil. They've had some players that have left. They have had some injuries and just not a real good team at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they're still in the NFL, though. You got to respect them. They've had some unfortunate things happen to them, but they're still a good opponent, and every week you got to approach them like they're the toughest opponent you're going to face.
And you already know about past history. The 49ers have won 4 games against Green Bay, consecutive games, knocked the Packers out of a couple of playoffs. So there's not a grudge to settle, but it's kind of similar in a way to Seattle.
Yeah, I'd say it's similar. Like the guys might have a little subconscious, little extra motive there, but most of the time we keep the emotions out of it, and we just try to approach it like in a professional aspect to where you don't have too much outside noise working on you.
Colin Kaepernick is our quarterback. He was 9 for 19 yesterday, just 67 yards, 4 picks. The first 2 picks went for touchdowns, and he attended the Kurt Warner's, I guess, tutelage in the offseason, trying to learn the position a little better. Right now, maybe some growing pains. He's a good scrambler. Maybe they've changed a few things out there, but give me your thoughts on him.
Yeah, defense is gonna have to find a way to contain him and keep him from rushing out of the pocket. And once you do that, and you got to have the bend don't break mentality. Let him make a few passes here and there, and just don't get beat over the top. And that's the best way you can contain a quarterback like that.
He's got some weapons, receivers, tight end Vernon Davis, Anquan Baldwin, and Torrey Smith. Also on the ground, it's Carlos Hyde. Not a whole lot of, explosive weapons at this point, but nonetheless, they, like you said, still a National Football League team, and anything can happen.
Right. Each team has some great players, but maybe they're not having everything moving in the right direction right now and having all the parts clicking in the right way. So what if it was this week? So you still have to approach every week like the opponent you're facing is the best team you're facing. You can't show up and you expect to win always, but you can't show up and with a big head, and you got to be on top of your game like you are every week.
They do have a pretty good defense, even though it's been tested and scored on a lot the past couple of weeks. Punt returns, Jared Hayne is pretty good. Reggie Bush has been injured, so maybe the status is not known for him. But the Packers just have so many weapons, it's hard to think they can't go out there and play well and come away with a win.
Right, yeah, obviously you're going to have some confidence going into the game, and we have all these great players, working for us, so it's not really a question as to, who's our opponent, but we got to play our game to make sure we really show up and score as many points and keep them to as low as points as possible.
Well, the regular season series shows the Packers lead it 30-27, and there has been one tie, and 4-3 in the postseason. So Green Bay losing the last 4 to San Francisco, including a couple of playoff games, hopefully can make amends on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's what we look to get out there and do.
Let's give our guest a final round of applause here. Number 22, fullback Aaron Ripkowski. Great job, Aaron, and good luck.
Thank you.
We'll be back on Monday night, our normal night, following the 49ers game on Sunday. So make sure you stop out the Chillers in Appleton and check out the show. It airs Saturday mornings at 9 on My New 32. I'm Wayne Mauser. Good night, everybody.